I figure everybody in this world has to be good at something. If there's one thing Sister Bertrille is good at, it's getting herself into situations like this.
Charity is an everyday thing at Convent Santanco. But I shall never forget one particular day when Sister Bertrille, with her characteristic enthusiasm, set out to solicit funds for the poor.
She doesn't care if the funds come from working longshoremen or guys having a spontaneous crap game. Cash is cash and poor is poor, and the general idea is to introduce the two to each other.
Hi.
Will you mind, sister?
Oh, not at all. Go right ahead. Look, I was just collecting money for the poor, and
At some other time, please.
Anybody else recognize Gus from My Big Fat Greek Wedding? That movie was kind of the culmination of a long and effective career. Michael Constantine had a lackluster time moving from the stage to film, but switching to television clinched his fame. He spent several years doing parts like this, basically being one of those character actors who shows up all over the place. In 1969, he landed the role of Principal Kaufman on the smash hit sitcom Room 222 and won an Emmy for it. He kept doing character parts and recurring roles, quietly excelling at his craft until 2002. That was when he returned to his Greek roots. Constantine is actually his first name. His full name was Constantine Ioannidis, as the father of the bride in My Big Fat Greek Wedding. The movie was the sleeper hit of the year, and suddenly he was in the public eye again. He went on to do a sequel movie as well as a TV series based on it, My Big Fat Greek Life. The show bombed after only 7 episodes, but not because of him. He finally died in 2021 at the age of 94.
$5 still open out there.
I take 3 of it.
Who was the other 2?
Me.
Sister, with all due respect, will you get lost?
Oh, no. Please forgive Juan, sister. He got a big losing streak, you know?
Yeah, well, I don't need a house to fall on me.
If you're a fan of MASH, you know the other guy, too. Manuel is played by another character actor, Jamie Farr. He didn't start out wanting to act, but Danny Thomas was a good friend, and Thomas encouraged him to go into acting. Corporal Klinger, his character on MASH, was supposed to be a one-shot, but audiences flipped for him. A regular army, spittin' polished soldier who executes the most perfect about-faces you ever saw a soldier's soldier. In a dress or naked, you never knew from one scene to the next what he'd be wearing. When he learned that the character would be cross-dressing, Farr came up with the idea of him being super masculine and definite army material, but wears women's clothes because he's trying to get out of the army on a Section 8. Producers loved the idea, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Roll him. Come on, Juan. Roll him.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye, sister. All right.
Come on. Don't make it. Don't make it. Come on, Snake.
Hey, sister!
We heard Manuel say that Juan has been having a losing streak. Suddenly, he can't roll anything but winners. I mean, the correlation is obvious.
Sister Lucky! Where you been all my life?
The other guys need to protest. Bringing God into it seems like cheating. At least he's willing to split his winnings with the poor basket. She's never seen it so full.
How can I ever thank you?
Oh, don't thank me. Just keep coming down to the dock. We're a winning combination, you and me. Now, listen, we have a game here every day about noontime. You come around anytime you want. Tomorrow, huh? Now, listen, I have to go back to work. You know, you're better than a rabbit's foot.
Just don't tell Reverend Mother where you got it or how.
Sister Lucky? Well, it's just a nickname, Reverend Mother. But after he made 4 the hard way and then threw 7 natural passes in a row...
He threw what?
Don't say I didn't warn you. And she's not helping her case with lingo like that.
Sister Bertrille, you will return this money, every last penny. And further, you will disabuse this man of the notion that a sister of Santanco is in any way a gambler's good luck charm.
As always, she's concerned about the convent's image. But let's think about this for just a moment. As Sister Bertrille pointed out, Juan didn't mean any harm. And had he won all that without Sister Bertrille being there, How much of it do we suppose he'd have given to a poor box? Yeah, so she's already having a positive influence on him. He's becoming charitable. Give her enough time and she'll have him giving up gambling and giving a portion of his legitimate wages to the poor. I sometimes get the feeling that Reverend Mother is more concerned about the convent's image than she is about the souls of the people of San Juan. It's easy to slip into a mindset like that when you're in her position, but it's something that any person in her position needs to watch out for and be willing to take a hard look at things if someone calls them out on it, which Sister Bertrille is not about to do. She's young, a little naive, and filled with enthusiasm. But she's not crazy.
Reverend Mother, Juan didn't mean any harm.
No, I'm sure that he did not. But you, Sister Bertrille, have the responsibility of presenting a certain image to the outside world, and it is not that of a...
Rabbit's foot?
Also not helping your case. What she's not emphasizing enough is she was doing her job. She had her little basket and she was going around asking for donations like she was told to do. Juan dragged her into this and she did her best to convince him otherwise. He's not listening. She has no control over that. What she does have now is an inroad to those longshoremen who probably aren't exactly Christians. She has their ear. The reason doesn't much matter when you get right down to it. She has an opportunity to share the good news with them and maybe even convert some of them. Last I heard, that's supposed to be the church's primary job, bringing people to Jesus. She has the chance to at least try with these men, something the usual methods haven't provided. And that's not to mention the buttload of money in the basket that a lot of people desperately need.
Incidentally, you may have heard that Bishop Parnell will be visiting from the mainland today. I would appreciate your making his stay as uneventful as possible.
You should not have said that out loud. You just jinxed it.
Hey, Sister Lucky.
I'm not Sister Lucky. I'm Sister Bertrille. And I've come to give your money back.
What's the matter? You run out of four?
No, but I got this money under false pretenses. I'm not your lucky charm.
Well, sister, you know what they say. A rose by any other name.
What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would still make me sneeze.
Juan, now listen to me. I have nothing to do with you winning or losing any money. You see, it's a matter of mathematical odds and the law of probability.
He's only just barely listening. He knows what he knows, and if she doesn't know it, he's happy to know it for her. He won't take the money back, and she's not allowed to keep it. Now what?
You mean to tell me you really believe that?
Oh, absolutely.
But it's completely illogical.
Sister, whoever told you gamblers were logical people?
Imagine a business where people hand you money and you hand them back absolutely nothing.
Have you got those dice?
I just happen to have them.
Okay. Roll it.
Roll what? Where's the game?
Right here.
Me bet against you?
You're not betting against anyone. This is just a little experiment.
Juan doesn't do experiments with dice. He only rolls for money, and he's not about to go head-to-head with Sister Lucky.
Okay, Senor, would you help us out here? See, we're performing this little experiment, and we kind of need a middleman. Here you go. Roll it.
Just give the other guy the money and assume he's poor. Problem solved.
In your heavens! 17 straight passes!
Sister, you still believe there's no such thing as luck?
Absolutely. Eventually, the law of probability will prove itself. Whatever happened to Snake Eyes?
As we expected, it's backfiring big time. Juan can't lose.
This can't go on forever.
Sister, you said it! Run!
Sister.
Oh, hello, officer. See, this isn't what it looks like.
Sister Lucky is the only one who got arrested. Juan should factor that into his plans.
Father Gonzaga looks very well.
Yes, indeed.
I want to thank you for making this extra stop to drop off my bags.
Our pleasure, Your Grace.
That's the visiting bishop the Reverend Mother mentioned. He has several things to do while he's here.
Oh, Reverend Mother, did I remember to mention in my letter that I wish to meet Sister Bertrille?
Sister Bertrille? Do you know her, Your Grace?
No. Her aunt and uncle asked me to bring their regards.
Did they send their greetings to Sister Bertrille or Elsie?
Sister Bertrille seems to go into areas that we have never thought of entering before.
Hey, who needs to hear the good news more than people in jail, right? I'm reminded of an episode of Amen. Reverend Gregory took part in a protest of some kind and got arrested. He wound up having to spend Sunday in jail so he couldn't preach to his congregation. So he preached an amazing, uplifting sermon to his cellmate. It's like the old gospel song says, brighten the corner where you are, even if the corner has bars on the front.
I see it, but I do not believe it.
How did you know I was here?
My dear Sister Bertrille, when a police grab a nun in a floating crab game, somehow the word gets around.
Imagine that. The captain has told her several times that she's free to go, but she refuses. She's staying in solidarity with Juan and the others. Yes, they eventually got picked up. They're in the next cell.
Why?
Well, it's a long story. You see, Juan gave me $1 for the poor, and ever since then he's been on a winning streak.
This loser?
That's right, sport. Ever since Sister Lucky came into my life, everything has changed.
What a pity I can accommodate you.
I won't be in here forever, Matador.
Well, my casino is always at your disposal, 24 hours a day.
Oh, really?
She's cooking up a plan. Carlos doesn't like it, and neither does the captain.
Sister, I came here just to get you out of jail, not to get involved in one of your crazy schemes.
But I can't leave until I make Juan understand. I promised the Reverend Mother.
Sister, please.
I'll make you a deal, Carlos. You do this for me, and I'll leave.
Okay.
Carlos should know better than to try and tell her no. The captain will hold the money. The game is blackjack.
It me?
All right.
20.
21.
He's about to own Carlos's casino. His winning streak won't quit. But now Sister Bertrille has another problem. The bishop is waiting to meet her. She forgot all about that. Juan will have to play without her for a while. She just pulled off the weirdest jailbreak San Juan will ever see.
Your aunt and uncle asked me to look you up on this trip and to give you this.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace. And thank them for me, and give them my fondest regards, if you'll excuse me.
Why, sister, I'd like to be able to take back a little more than that with me. You must tell me all about yourself.
He didn't get to be a bishop by taking no for an answer. She is to sit down and tell him her story.
Despite our lack of funds, the children have still been able to benefit from some of the newest teaching methods, and Senor Ramirez has been so generous.
Sister Bertrille, we must not take up all the bishop's time.
No, you're right, Reverend Mother. I was just
I know that you have to go back before they... to finish your assignment.
Don't fret, Bishop. A little confusion now and then is good for the soul.
Oh, sister, where have you been?
Something to drink.
Where did you go for it? The convent? Look at this.
Wiped out, huh?
Clean.
Well, I'm sorry, Juan, but maybe it's for the best. It just proves what I've been saying the whole time.
No, sister, don't you see it proves what I've been saying all along? You are my lucky charm.
He says, now that you're back, I can't lose. With great hesitation, Carlos will take his marker and keep playing. Mostly because Sister Bertrille begs him to, and he can't refuse her.
Since you're in such a hurry, let's make it fast and easy for you. High car.
High car it is, then.
Two more tries, and he's into Carlos for many monies. Sister Bertrille is glad he got that Sister Lucky stuff out of his system.
Sister, maybe you can get it out of your head, but I think it's going to be a long time before Senor Ramirez and I can forget about it.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, my marker is worthless.
Why? You have a job, you have an income, you can work out a payment plan with Carlos that won't leave you hungry. Thanks to Sister Bertrille, he'll give you a decent arrangement because he's becoming a decent person, whether he likes it or not.
Oh, no. Carlos, I'm so sorry. I honestly did.
Don't say anything. Not a word. Not a word.
Or maybe he'll just forget the whole thing, take his winnings, and get as far away from this whole mess as he can. That seems like a much wiser course of action, or inaction as the case may be.
Oh, Carlos, I know what Juan did was wrong, and I guess he knows that, too. But you know something? You could solve two problems at once.
All right. How do you propose that?
Put Juan to work in your casino.
In my casino.
Yes. That way he could work off his zest for gambling and pay out the debt at the same time.
Okay, that works too. Carlos got so excited he marked the day on the calendar. Every day for the rest of his life, he celebrated GI Day, the day Sister Bertrille had a good idea. If you enjoyed this, please click the like button to let me and YouTube know you want to see more. If you're not subscribed yet, punch me in the mask here and get signed up so you don't miss a thing, because something is always happening here at Irving Zoo. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Switching, okay, read the line. Who executes the most give her enough time and she'll have him giving up gambling. Giving up. I can say giving up. And be willing to take a hard look at if things that now is an inroad to good grief. She's not gonna crawl down their throats. There's more than people in jail.